BratOK versus DnS. We do have a couple of the matches from the round of 16 round of 8 that we were able to grab on replay. DnS versus Cass and BratOK against Soul. We might cast those at the end to kind of expand our content for the day. Just put in a couple of extra series, give you guys a little bit of extra stuff to watch. I was like sometimes trying to drag it out and just give you guys as much StarCraft as possible. So maybe we'll do that. Depends how long the semis and the finals go, but with the fact that this is PvT now, and maybe even a PvP finals if DnS is able to win out, it could be kind of short and quick, because that's how PvP has been looking lately, honestly. With that said, let's get this started. What's up, Flesho, coming in with a 3-month resub during the break with the 3 months and an exclamation mark to exclaim what's going on. Thank you so much for the 3 months resubscribing. Do appreciate it. As you do get into this game, though, let's see what's going to happen. BratOK versus DnS. Game number 1. So some Protoss versus Terran, both these players from Team Cascade. And we look to see if this is going to be... I mean, I'm impressed that BratOK made it this far. The fact he was able to take down Soul is obviously a very impressive result. Soul's been a bit of a monster lately, and, you know, qualifying through to WCS Challenger through ladder performance is actually very difficult to do. So we're really excited to see what BratOK can bring us in this best of 3 as we get this set up. And DnS coming through as well. Cybercore coming in. Let me get this setting up on each side of the map. Adept on the way through, and we are going to be seeing a probe just hitting in the little smoke here to try and come in and re-scout once the Reaper's coming along. It allows DnS just to confirm, well, okay, you know, you are building your expansion, you know, are you going into, you know, just little bits and pieces of info, right, you know, that he maybe wasn't able to check before being pushed away by the Reaper. In this case, I wouldn't actually say he gets too much info, as we do see the Stargate coming up in the main base, and Adept is currently shading on after that Reaper, which is going to get a hit, and it might even go down in the next couple of moments, so Reaper has to be a little bit cautious here as this Adept continues to Chrono Boost, and we'll be seeing this Reaper just having to back away, but already seen the scout at the Stargate. It's good information. BratOK knows that this isn't going to be a faster blink or anything along those lines, so that's always something that you can be kind of happy with in terms of early info gained. Do you see the Orbital Command currently coming up on the natural expansion as well? There's a couple of Adepts going to come in, maybe pressure at the frontier just a little bit. Now, we did already get to see DnS versus Clem today. So that was obviously quite a nice little something to kind of cast so far. And it was actually very impressive to see from DnS. I feel as though the first game, he took a lot of very good engagements, and the harassment from Clem was outstanding, but he continued to deal with it again and again and again. And yeah, he just really did a very good job of, you know, DnS shutting Clem down, stopping his harassment from being too substantial throughout, and obviously put himself in a very good position moving forwards, able to win that series. Now we do have this Oracle on the way across the map. The 3 Adepts have stayed alive so far, despite the Cyclone also coming in. BratOK with a setup here with the Medevac, which will allow him to kind of lift up units and get very aggressive with them. As we'll see, a few of those Adepts already shading forwards up the ramp, but not actually going to find too much, as the Oracle will dive in towards the main. And we'll have a little bit of a look to see just what they can get up to here in the next couple of moments. Comes in and actually picks off an SCV right away. And we'll see just a little bit of back and forth here. A couple of workers going down. He's actually going to get one more. Cyclone locks on. He'll turn around for that worker, but it actually costs him the Oracle because it goes off on a Widow Mine. Widow Mine with a good cleanup there. And it's always awesome to see Widow Mine with some good connections, from a Terran's point of view at least. And we're now going to get into that sort of Phoenix stage of the game from DnS. So generally against Clem, if you guys are just tuning in now, what you missed against Clem was he generally played this sort of Phoenix style in towards the Adepts for a while, Phoenix Adept. Then he made it into, you know, went into Colossi later on and into Disruptors eventually. We'll see if he sticks to the same sort of plan this time around, as we are going to see this Medevac just boosting down to the south side to see what will happen. Now we do see a couple of Phoenix obviously are still hunting as well to see what else they can get up to. Widow Mine just on top of this ramp, and Cyclone, a couple of Marines are just in this natural expansion as well. Forge and a Twilight Council are currently coming through as we see Stimpack and +1 attack upgrade on the Engineering Bay. All of those very standard kind of Terran upgrades coming through at the moment. Prioritizing Widow Mines over Medevacs means that when he does get the first couple of Medevacs up, he will be able to start, you know, already have a very good kind of Widow Mine count to push across the map with. So we'll see how influential that is and see if he really does commit to an attack. I mean, it's kind of lining up towards +1 Stim and combat shields, being ready with the first 2 medevac attacks, so Could be a little bit of a commitment as we see those Phoenix. For now, though, actually going to find the medevac trying to harass with these Marines. And those Marines are somewhat stranded now on the map, as we see him going straight into charge and +1. So while it was Phoenix, it wasn't really many adepts. It was just the first few adepts. Never committed into resonating glaives, going straight in towards the charge and the +1 armor as well. What's up, WardiTV coming in with the 12-month, the 1-year resub. Dude, 1 year. Thank you so much for the resubscribing. On tier 3 as well, guys. That means he's paying $25 a month because he gets to use the Wardy Gold emote. He's one of the very few Wardy Gold users in the channel. WardiTV, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub for 12 months. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you so much for the sub, dude. He said, wait, I don't think that I had this one. Didn't I have this a week ago? But I kind of feel like maybe it was a month ago. Nah, maybe it wasn't quite a month ago, but... I don't know, actually. Anyways, thank you so much for the sub. It wasn't a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Subs get a little bit weird sometimes if you start to overlap them accidentally or something, if you upgraded to the tier 3, which I know you did, so... I'm not sure. Anyways, for now, we see Widowmines pushing forwards. Medevac, just one of them actually here. Widowmines going to burrow. We are going to be seeing the initial Widowmines going off, while one of them on a probe. It's actually not so bad. These adepts split up, and actually you can sort of see that that means that he's kind of happy to take the fight now. Widowmines on burrowed, as now the Zealots are starting to charge on in. The Phoenix show up and lift up a couple of the Widowmines. The Cyclone doesn't do too much to this stage, more so tanking than anything else. 9 probes go down because there's a drop in the main base, which has dealt some damage. Zealot Warpins cleaned it up eventually. 9 probes, but he cleans out the entire Terran army, and honestly, I think cleaning out the entire Terran army is most definitely worthwhile here, so I think he'll be pretty happy with this. I think he'll be content with the way that this has gone. DnS now holds a 12-worker lead. BratOK is actually only on 2 bases still. No third CC. He will throw that down now, but boy, is that late. That really is quite late. So we're seeing some bits and pieces blowing up as we see the Phoenix actually at the front of this. And it looks as though DnS, maybe he wants to get aggressive, getting ready to push on in towards our Terran player in the next few moments. Phoenix lifts up an SCV, which is trying to move out on the map. Maybe see if there is an army here or not. Is there a warp prism with this? No. Because DnS just that confident anyways. Well, let's see. First couple of Widowmines are going to do huge damage. The Zealots are so stacked up. Now the Guardian Shield starts to show on up as well. The Phoenix are out of position to deal with the next couple of Widowmines. And the Zealots just get blown up once again. I'm not sure if it even still matters. It seems as though there might still be just enough here from DnS to just break on through. But God, this was an ugly fight. Drop on the other side of the map is what these Phoenix have gone to respond to. They're actually just going to lift up every single unit with a few Zealots on the ground. It'll be GG. DnS takes game number 1. That was a little bit of a messy affair, I'm not going to lie. That really could have gone a lot. Let's get this started, see if DnS will keep up the pressure, or see if BratOK can fight back. It's our semi-finals here of the Go4SC2 monthly finals of March. And obviously the Go4SC2 April monthly finals will be happening in a couple of weeks as well. Once April's wrapped up and we're into May, this year is starting to pass a little bit too quickly for my own personal liking. As we have to the top left-hand side, the Red Protoss player. This is DnS. Both of these players from Cascade, by the way, the team. A CIS-focused team. Picking up a couple players like DnS and Ryung. Always cool to see as we have to the bottom right-hand side. Our blue Terran is BratOK. How's everyone doing out in the chat today? We're all having a good day? Anyone have anything exciting happen to them today? Anything crazy go down? Anyone been playing any ladder? Winning some MMR? Losing some MMR to anything stupid? What's up, guys? I want to know how your day has been. I want to know how your Tuesday has been going. And let me know what's up in the chat. Come talk to me. I love it when you guys talk to me. Makes me feel so popular. Again, if you are enjoying the stream, though, I really do urge you to hit that follow button, see when we're going live in the future. But if you're really enjoying, don't forget you can support in other ways as well to help us keep on producing this content. You can subscribe to the channel, you can donate, you can cheer. If you're a Twitch Prime user, you can subscribe for free, of course. Subscribers get benefits such as replay packs and more. And don't forget that as a Twitch Prime user right now, you can buy 500 bits for just $1. Cheap way to support your favorite content creators on Twitch. So do check that out if you're a Twitch Prime user. Make use of it while you can. One final way for you to kind of support the stream while we just get set up into this game is, of course, with Sneak Energy. If you guys been around the stream lately, you've already heard of this one, but an ! Sneak in the chat will give you the Sneak Energy link, and we are partnered with them for a second month now. So if you are enjoying the content here on the channel and you want to support us or check out our sponsors, Sneak Energy is definitely the one to check out. We're going to have a discount code available for you guys in a couple of days, but do check it out. If you want to purchase some already, you're free to do so. Otherwise, check it out now, maybe decide if you want some or not, and if you do, you can wait a couple of days for 10% discount, which is just currently being confirmed. So do check all of that out, guys. And we are going to be going into this PvT because things are getting interesting. Tech is coming down, and of course we're on Neon Violet Square. A nice large map, a map which, of course, generally can go into the later stages, but in PvT it's much harder to get to the later stages than, say, TVZ, because drops through, for example, this side of the map are going to be much more powerful. It's a much easier map to push on with Liberators and so on. You've just got pushing potential as Protoss and Terran players on this map, which isn't really there for like a Zerg in the scenario when the Terran starts turtling up. And, you know, obviously a Terran doesn't necessarily always want to push into a Zerg defensively either. So, while it kind of plays out later in general than other maps still for PvT, it isn't as crazy late game as we sometimes see the ZVTs going on this map. So, keep that in mind as we set up into this. So far, the same openings from both players even. I mean, the first Adept comes over, there's a Cyclone on the way, the starport begins to build, there's an Oracle coming through from DnS. There really isn't many differences at all in the early stages. A second rack's coming down, but allow BratOK to go into the nice fast stim pack upgrade, get himself in towards the bio play as quickly as possible here to keep himself setting up all nicely early on. Just going to see there's a Adept coming up. Viking on the way out. Gonna see the Phoenix just on the way. Gonna be joining up with this first Phoenix already. Engineering bay dropping down in the natural expansion. Gonna be having the barracks here actually stopped from production. Actually didn't realize that maybe because of this Oracle. So that was a little bit cheeky. Doesn't actually slow it down too much because this barracks was just gonna jump on this tech lab anyway, and it's only just freed up. So maybe 5 or 10 seconds delay. But that's about it. Riggs in the chat is going to be able to play SG for the first time in about 4 years because he just ordered a new computer. That's exciting. Vegan started his new job. Ninja StarCraft realized he can beat Terran by going to fast rubber and making a warpism. That's cool. You guys have had an exciting week, an exciting day. I'm glad to hear it. Good stuff. Oracle gets recalled home right now. It's fun to see as we do see the Forge of the Twilight Council coming through at the moment here from DnS. Continues tech onwards. He really is very stable with this kind of Phoenix opener. He goes for the same sort of style every single time. Doesn't really change things up at all. As we do see this Oracle is on its way down towards the bottom right corner to have a look to see what's up. Now Stimpack coming through here from BratOK. Obviously that's coming in with a third barracks. He's just set up nicely onto the triple racks play. The bio follow up here. And we just wait to see what's next as DnS is already on a third base though. I mean, Pros players nowadays, they really can't expand from so early in the game. So already getting that set up and going as we see combat shields from BratOK on the way up. And again, a few Phoenix and an Oracle just gathering together here on the south side of the map. A few probes is getting mining. We're going to see another Phoenix will come down to the south. Charge and a +1 armor upgrade coming through. 5 more gates on the way up, and we are going to be seeing Stimpack combat shields +1. All of those important Terran upgrades. As they finish, that's when the Terran can really get the control of the map and push across here, maybe get something done. BratOK's been a lot more passive this game, which I really like, because it means that he hasn't lost medevacs and units to these Phoenix already, and it makes the kind of stage of the game where you get stim, combat, and +1 so much more powerful. That first push is a bit more powerful. Phoenix try and come in, Marines can definitely try to target them down. It just gives you a lot more potential success as the Terran player, rather than, you know, when he pushed in the last game, he had like 1 medevac, and what's that really going to do in terms of helping out the army? Well, it kind of just doesn't, honestly, a lot of the time. As I do see Ghost Academy about to finish up, and I like that too. Ghost Academy is going to be ideal against the setup of DnS. I mean, Phoenix getting EMP'd, that sucks. Sentries and Zell's getting EMP'd, that sucks. The High Templar getting EMP'd, that kind of sucks too. You know, compared to, say, if this was like, you know, Colossi, getting EMP'd doesn't suck as much. Stalkers getting EMP'd doesn't suck as much either. So, I mean, straight away, the Ghost play is definitely the correct choice based on how DnS is currently setting up. I'm just so intrigued by BratOK's lateness of the third base once again. Happened both games now. I mean, first game he got it up at about 7:30, he started to build it. this game really, really late once more, so I wonder if it's really just to help him power up this attack. But it's not like he's like all in on 2 bases, because he doesn't have a 4th and 5th racks added on, which really helps you to pump out the extra units, unless I guess because he's building Ghost, maybe he can't afford the 4th and 5th racks, in which case it's still kind of all in on 2 base for a while, or it's at least maybe not, if not all in, very heavy pressure. Oh, the EMP comes down the Phoenix. I was a little bit questionable. I was like, oh my god, those Ghosts are going to get picked off. But he does EMP the Phoenix, which means that really they shouldn't have energy left to lift, but there is energy, so he gets both Widow Mines and a Ghost anyways. But now the Phoenix are kind of dead weight in the army. They're not going to do much more, and this is 6 Phoenix and an Oracle. They're not going to get a lot done in this, and so this is pretty much pure Zealot coming across the map. It's going to be very heavily reliant on the Widow Mines. The one Ghost that had energy was the one that got killed off, so that's a shame. We're going to be seeing a couple probes going down. A Viking landing in the main base, going to force a defensive Warbin. Maybe gives BratOK a better chance to keep on pushing forwards over on this left-hand side against these Zealots. 12, 13 workers going down. A Liberator on the natural expansion that DnS is not dealing with at all. And so DnS is taking so much damage here. 19 workers. He didn't respond to this. He didn't pull any of these units away, any of those probes away. Suddenly, this is massive damage done. Now Storks and Phoenix are going to respond, but not before at least another probe goes down. Finally kills this off, but suddenly, now we have our Terran player pushing up the natural expansion. If Widow Mines burrow here, DnS has to come through one hell of a choke point to be able to fight this. If the Widow Mines go off into the clump of Zealots, they're at least going to be very heavily hurt. Maybe DnS can still clean this up as he charges forwards. 27 workers lost as a few units in the back of the main got another couple of probes. The Phoenix come in to help this out, and he is going to clean up the army. The +2 armor going a huge way for BratOK right here. DnS kills absolutely everything, but boy did he need to, because he did so much damage, BratOK, to the mineral lines. 32 probes remaining, and DnS knows it. He's already moving across this map. He knows that he has to pick up some damage on the counter, because otherwise BratOK will start to run away with the economy in this game, and that's going to mean a lot of pain. Nice catch from DnS to kill off this medevac. It means it's one less thing for him to worry about. It's one less thing that can come and stab in the back and stop him from fully focusing on this forward attack, as we are going to be seeing these bio units in a couple of Widow Mines. It's not a lot, honestly. BratOK on 27 army supply. The harassment, the economic damage was amazing. The engagement was not good enough, sadly, and this third base is trying to morph into a planetary. You barely ever see a planetary third base, but it's simply because he just doesn't have anything else to defend with. Pushing forwards, these couple of medevacs will continue to drop on down. GG and good luck. DnS goes to the finals, where he will play against Team Liquid's Mana to see who will be the March Go4SC2 monthly champion.